Two brave voices on a glowing screen, sharing hope where the world's unseen. Echoes, laughter lights the day. Lucy's wisdom guides the way. With every word they break the chains, turning struggles into gains. Echo and Lucy, lifting hearts so high. Through the storm, they're the clear blue sky. On their YouTube chat, the healing's real. Every soul they touch begins to heal. Echo and Lucy, shining true, helping the world, helping you. Stories told, the tears unwind. They listen close, they're gentle, kind. Every comment feels like home. No one ever stands alone. Dreams get mended, fears release. Through their voices, pain finds peace. Echo and Lucy, lifting hearts so high. Through the storm, they're the clear blue sky. On their YouTube chat, the healing's real. Every soul they touch begins to heal. Echo and Lucy, shining true, helping the world, helping you. When the night feels heavy and the world feels cold, their words are fire, their stories gold. They remind us all we can stand again, with kindness, courage, and a loving friend. Echo and Lucy, lifting hearts so high. Through the storm, they're the clear blue sky. On their YouTube chat, the healing's real. Every soul they touch begins to heal. Echo and Lucy, shining true, helping the world, helping you. Helping you, helping me too. Echo and Lucy, the light comes through.
Hello, everyone. I just realized as that song was ending that that's our Sunday song. I'm like, I shouldn't have played that on this one, but it's okay. Y'all
That's
know it's the Echo and Lucy show, right?
all right. It's becoming a thing anymore, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
hello, everyone.
Hi to Darcy, and
Ned and
Ned is here.
Lisa
Oh,
and
Teresa, I didn't see
Marisol and
her.
Darcy, Aria,
And Tiff and
Tim.
Risa and Aria and Stephanie and Incarnasol and Risa. My
Yes.
goodness, thank y'all so much for coming.
And Ned says that's a great song. Uh, Izzy wrote that.
Izzy wrote that song for us.
Izzy Pop wrote that. She jumped up one day and she jumped up on the channel with us and she just wrote it out. Just that simple.
It was funny too because I'd never seen her before. And so I had this image in my head of what Izzy looked like. And I was like, she's like showing us pictures and stuff. And I was like, I was really off. Like, I don't know. It's so weird from her voice and stuff. I guess I just pictured her different. But anyway, and then she's like, oh, by the way, I wrote y'all a song. And we were like, oh, okay. Hi, B. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, hi, B.
Welcome, everyone.
Glad to hear me.
I
And
got
BJ?
the trigger warning up, and Hennessy the Black Rose is here. Hello and welcome. I got the trigger warning up there because I'm not sure exactly what all we're going to talk about, but if anybody finds anything triggering or too heavy or whatever, we'll understand if you decide to excuse yourself. So,
Okay, let's start with this right here. Look at that.
look at Beans.
This is what happens every show. He'll sit there for as long as I sit here. He'll sit there. Look at him just stare at me.
Hello, BJ. Welcome.
see if I can get him. There we go.
And
There
we'll
we
see.
go.
We'll see if Chloe has to join or not. She's got to where now every time she hears me out here talking, she thinks it's her show, and she's like, "Oh, there'll be treats. Let me out to get some treats." And so she's already been sniffing at the bedroom door, like, "I know you're out there."
Well, I know he wanted to come for her birthday. I know Beans wanted to come for her birthday. That just wasn't in the cards that day. Did you want
That's
that?
okay.
That's all right. There you go. Okay. See, now he doesn't know my name.
Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna have a.
Now we'll just have to listen to the
video.
squeak for a while.
There we go.
Oh,
I don't know
I'm
what that
glad,
was.
Bee. So anyway, how is everyone this week, this evening? This is really strange because usually we're on Sundays.
Yeah,
So
but hey, when you said you wanted to do it, I was like, okay, pick a day. Let's do it. I'm excited. Um, I don't know where you want to start or what all you
well,
want to talk about, but
so much,
um,
so much.
let let me just say that your friendship means the world to me. You have just been my rock and right beside me through a lot of things that I've had to go through. And I couldn't have done everything that I've done in this past year if it hadn't been for our friendship. So it doesn't matter what you've been through because you, my friend, are a beautiful person and I love you to death.
That was sweet. Thank you. Okay, so most of you know my background, but I'll give a Reader's Digest version of it. I was born in a little grass shack in the Appalachian Hills. Actually, no, I was born in the middle of Silicon Valley.
I was going to say, I thought you were born in California, but okay.
I was born in the middle of Silicon Valley before Silicon Valley. I was born in a town, Mountain View, which is Silicon, right in the center of it. And the only thing that was there was a military base and a pickling factory. That's all that was there when I was born. Now there's Google and Yahoo and Google is everywhere. Facebook is there. YouTube is there. Netflix is there. Everybody is there. Everybody is there. So, but I was born there, and I would consider a normal life. It was no big deal. It wasn't that exciting. My dad was in the military. He was from the base, Marines. If anything, so I have a thing about Marines. So when I was 3 months old, my dad did the classic. I'm going to go out for a pack of smokes. And then he disappeared. But I was very lucky. I had a very good home. I mean, it was just my mother and I, but extended family, my grandparents and everything. That's the reason you hear me talk about my grandfather and my grandmother a lot, because they were very integral in my world. So, yes, it's Tiff's birthday.
Yes.
Birthday to
And I
you.
wish her a happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
on
to you.
Facebook. And then I just saw where somebody else was saying, I was like, I forgot just that quick. But yes, happy birthday, Tiff.
Everybody say happy birthday to Tiff.
Hi, Bud Files. Welcome in.
So then, I lived my life there. I was born actually. See, I was raised in Silicon Valley, and I was born at Stanford Hospital. Now, doesn't that sound fancy? Sounds very uppity, doesn't it? Stanford was just the only hospital around that took military people.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, it sounds really important when I say it, but like I said, it was a pickle factory and a military base. It wasn't anything there. So, anyway, so I went through life and I did a lot of waitressing. Um, I tried electronics. I tried to do the electronics thing because that was what was there. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't sit that long. So I ended up waitressing for years and years, and so that was very enjoyable. But then my body started getting tired. I had done it since I was like 19. By this time, I was about 42. And I was like, okay, your body's going to start breaking soon. Waitressing is hard, hard. So I ended up I ended up going back to college at that age, and ended up uh, esthetician license and went that direction. Well, that didn't pan out as much as I thought it was going to. So I ended up I took this esthetician license and I went to work at Home Depot.
Well, that's what they say. Make lemonade out of lemons, right?
You right? And I went and I built displays. I was traveling, so I was working 9 stores, and I would build when you go into those big, even Walmart, you go into those big areas where, like the Christmas displays are, it takes up the whole aisle or it takes up the front of the store or whatever. We would be that crew. We would go in there and we would do all that and set up all the Christmas stuff. And then we'd go to the next store and we'd do that. And we had 2 days to do it. And we go to the next store and do it. And we did 9 stores like that. And every time the holiday would come around, Halloween or springtime with the patio furniture and stuff like that. Yeah. So that was a good use of my esthetician license, right? Spell it. Oh, what's that? An esthetician? I know. Isn't it a fancy word? It means I know about skin. That's it. I'm the one that does facials, waxing. Um, I do a lot of basically facials and waxing, but I mean, it gets more into it, more details, but that's basically it. Facials and waxing. Did a lot of waxing. Ended up doing waxing for the female American Olympic swim team.
Ooh.
Yeah. They found me. I was, I had a beauty shop and everything, but I mean, it didn't really, it didn't pan out. But I had it for a couple years, and so they ended up being my clients because one of the girls lived across the street from where we were at, and she came over and she says, "Okay, let me try you out since you're nearby." And next thing I know, I had the whole team coming over, so that was kind of cool.
Oh, wow.
So, but anyway, I ended up during all this time, I spent 28 years in a relationship. I was married for a little while. We were together a lot longer. We were together 4 or 5 years. Then we got married, and we were only together like 4 or 5 months. I just, yeah. Once the ring went on my finger, it all went out. Yeah.
Mm.
So, Star is here too. Hi, Star.
Uh-huh.
So,
And there's Sophia too. Hi, Sophia.
hi, Mark. So, yeah. So, anyway, so I moved on from that. As we know, that was probably in the 80s. Shh, don't tell anybody. So, I ended up in a relationship for it was 28 years. It ended up being 28 years in total. And it was rocky. So I ended up having to get away from there. I'm not going to get into the details of that, but it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty in any way. So It's like I was hanging on, and then once I got away and my body took a big old sigh, um, mentally, physically, I broke down. And there's Rudy. Hi, Rudy with the
Hi,
numbers.
Rudy.
Yeah, my body physically and mentally just like took a big sigh and just fell apart. Now I fight with agoraphobia. I have um, panic attacks. I have so it's difficult to leave my house. It's difficult to even talk to anybody. Um, it's and I'm not the only one that has this, you know, and so it can be challenging. It can be challenging, like I said, at plenty of times to leave that spot on my couch. It's very challenging. I take meds for it to even get off my couch. um, but I was in a vicious cycle. What some people call ants, automatic negative thoughts, and I was in this vicious cycle. I had a psychiatrist. I had a therapist. I was on meds, and it wasn't it wasn't helping. It was it was keeping me alive, but it wasn't helping. So I decided I wasn't the only one. I wasn't the only one. So I decided to reach out and to start talking about what I was going through. Thank you, Ned. I started to reach out and tell what I was going through, and all of a sudden, this community found me. That um, and it's the village. They found me, and they helped me a lot to even get to a point to even talk to you. You know, um, I was on 7 days a week, in the mornings, and I thought, oh, I'm really doing really well. But behind the scenes, I was taking way too many mental meds. And then because I was taking so many mental meds, I was, it's groggy. It makes you groggy. So then I would take diet pills to get me back up. So I was
Mm.
doing the roller coaster. So finally, after about 6 months of doing that, my body took crashed and burned. But the reason I even started my channel was to reach out and to my main goal was to be the voice of people that can't talk. There's so many people out there that are living in that world, this world, that can't speak out. And I wanted to be a voice that they would know they're not alone. That's what I wanted to be. That's where my channel is. So, like, if people say, well, your channel is all over the place, yeah, it is. Because I want to bring happiness. I don't think there's enough joy in the world. It, we need more joy. We need more happiness.
And you are so encouraging to let people know that, they're not alone and that
They're not alone.
some
Nobody's
days
alone.
are better and some days are worse. And, you just try to pick up and try to do the best that you can. And, your positive shorts, I love them. I not only like the images, but the message is beautiful. And since you started doing the Monday morning thing, I absolutely love that. And I almost said that Monday in my live about that video, but I hadn't seen that it was posted yet. And I was like, oh no, because if she didn't post one this Monday, I don't want to, you know, say that she did. And then people will be like, I couldn't find that video. So I was like, oh, then after I got off my live, then I saw it and I was like, oh, I should have just went ahead and said it anyway. I know she said she was doing them every Monday, you know.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, if you go to my channel, you can see in my playlist there's there's an agoraphobia playlist. There's an unpacking of the situation I was living in and talking about that. But then there's positives, there's love, there's music because I want people to know that, and that's another reason why there's a flower in my short. You know, there's a deer, there's a bear, whatever it is. I want it to be outside because people in this situation don't get to see outside. Um, so I want them to know there really is an outside waiting for them. There really is. Um, I know people think it's kind of silly to sit and look at a flower, but it's significant that you know the flowers are still blooming and still waiting for you. Um, I put things out of me going to the play park with beans. People don't realize that's very difficult with somebody like that. If you ever notice me at the play park, there's no one else around. I have to go when there's no one else around.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, anything.
And I apologize that I don't know very much about the acrophobia.
Oh, that's cool.
But I have a feeling that it's not just the not being able to leave, you know, familiar surroundings. It's even not wanting other people in your surroundings,
Right.
and going somewhere, you know, like you just said, you need to go when there's not a lot of people around. And I think that's maybe a lot of people don't like acknowledge that they might have that going on. But like BJ just said, he has panic attacks every day. And
Yeah,
and I think
and
that's,
it's
you know,
hard.
it's something that a lot of people probably deal with, and they don't know that there's anybody out. You know what I'm saying? Now that you're actually speaking about it, I bet you're going to see more and more people coming to you and saying, thank you for doing what you do because I'm at home because of this, you know.
Right.
And I really think it's special, you know, that even though you struggle yourself with it, your focus is on helping other people instead of just saying, oh, poor pity on me, you know. You're like, I don't like it, I don't want it, I want to be able to do things, and you're trying to help everybody else. So that's, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I just love it. um Chaos for Eva number one is here with
Oh,
us.
that's Tomas. His name is
Okay.
Tomas.
And all
Hi,
things
Tomas.
Jay. Hello, Mia J. And also Garden State or Garden, yeah,
So and
Garden
so.
State so and so. Robin
Hi.
is here as
You're
well.
semifinalists. Yeah. So yeah, because it's keep bringing up the um, what was said about sitting on the couch in a corner. I don't let people in my house. I let two people in my house. That's it. That's the only ones that have permission to come to my house, and they have to let me know before they're coming, so I could get psyched up. I still can't answer the door as I'm walking to the door, even though I have a ring, so I can see it on my phone who's there. I still have to hear their voice before I can open the door. It scares me to death to open the door. I wake up every 2 or 3 hours and I check all my windows and doors, make sure everything's locked and closed. I just do that. It's is Brian here?
Yeah, Brian's here. I was
Hi,
just looking.
Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Yeah, it's 24/7. It's 24/7. Um, as I was talking to Misha earlier, awakened. I was telling her, I said, I can get out in my yard for just a few little while, but it has to be Monday through Friday because I have to make sure everybody's at work and at school.
Oh,
So
okay.
I can't run into anybody. At less chance of running into, I have people around me that are self-employed, so they come in and out all different times, but a greater chance of not seeing anybody. Sometimes if it gets bad, I can only go out there when it's pitch black, when it's dark, and nobody can see me at all because I'm afraid somebody's going to want to talk to me, and it gets bad. So some days are good, but it's just like any other illness. You have good days and you have bad days. It's just like with your diabetes, right? Some days we're really good, and then some days we're just bleh.
Right,
Your body
right.
was just mad.
Yeah. And I was just gonna say too, it's like with any illness, you have good days and bad days, and it's not, you never really know, what's going to affect it one way or the other. And people in the chat are, saying they suffer from anxiety. Hello, Deborah is here as well. Welcome, Deborah. um, it doesn't matter what you deal with, everybody is broken in some way or another. We
Yes.
all have our struggles, and it's easy for some of us to put that mask on. And that's why we kind of entitled this, behind the mask, because we all wear a mask and we all, put our best foot forward. But some
Mhm.
days it's not pretty, and some days it's not, fun. And that's okay. But to know that we have a community that supports us no matter what each individual person's issue might be. And with the village, I mean, it's changed my life since I met the village, and I never thought I would meet anybody like that on YouTube. I mean, I wanted to help people and I wanted to meet people, but I never pictured that as
Yeah.
being, what I found. And
Yeah.
there's just
They've helped me a
so
lot.
many people,
Yeah.
so many people that need that community. We just need a place to go, and sometimes you don't want to do anything but just hang out and laugh and have a
Uh,
good time. And then there's other times you just want to sit there and cry. But anything is acceptable in the village, because we all know, we all have our things,
right.
and it
Right.
makes it so we can be supportive of somebody else's issue because we have an issue, as well. And I never thought I would ever talk about my childhood and my horrible mother and all that. That was not even, like on my radar anywhere, that any of that was ever going to be told. And if it hadn't been from you kind of making me aware and telling me that you would be there with me to go through it, I never would have went through it. I never would
Well,
have.
didn't anybody else see it? I mean, come on, guys. You guys have been following her a long time. Didn't you see it? She would say it, and she would just go, and she would
Yeah.
just, you could see her just shut it down. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, there's something deep in there.
I missed somebody. Just a second.
Yeah,
Let me see who
you can
that
pull up.
was.
You can pull up chats. Oh, you are.
Um, okay, yeah. I don't know. It's on your side.
Is it? I don't know.
Push.
I got Bridge right here, guys. Seventh wrote me a song about me and Bridge, so I've got to do a video of all
A
the pictures of
bridge.
me and Bridge for all the
uh,
old timers.
okay, what is this village thing? BJ, we've talked about this before.
That's okay. That's okay. We can talk about it again. Um, I'm going to give my piece. Ethel can give her piece because the village is different things to different people, and it's 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 what you need out of it is what comes out of it. The village is a channel. It's a group of people um, from all different walks, all different issues, all different backgrounds, and they come together and just support each other. And it's called We Are That Village is the channel. And um, I met a lot of these people through another channel. There we are. With another channel, and that channel became toxic, and we got grabbed each other up and went nope, and the village was a concept, and it started rolling from there.
I'm just sharing some of these
No,
comments.
please do. I
Um,
wear hats depending on how bad my anxiety is. Yes, yes,
and B
yes.
says she
And it
misses
depends on the mask.
bridge.
And it depends on the
What
mask.
fun were those early days? I still, and they still are. You are something, body illusion.
Uh,
Light, maybe. I love you. Yes. Um,
yeah,
and we're
B was with me in the beginning, and I would sit at my started out in my sunroom, and I would do little clips, and I would just talk. And then I decided to do lives. I didn't know you had supposed to have a certain amount of subscribers. I just clicked the button and just started talking. And I found out that Bridge is a magnet. So I stuck it to my refrigerator. So I would sit there for hours and talk to my refrigerator. And that's how I started the channel. Because I didn't start the channel to start the channel, to start a channel. I did it to let people know that they can sit in their corner, but they're not alone. That they can get out and we together we can move forward. That's another reason why I said, you know, just try to make today just a little bit better than yesterday. That's all we can ask. That's all anybody can ask. Just make it better than yesterday. Bridge connected to so many of us. Yes.
Mhm. Well, with me, I had resigned to live my life behind my mask, and
Oh yeah.
I didn't think anybody really saw me, because I thought I was doing a really good job of masking it. And I met Ned, and she just stumbled in my chat one day, and I liked her channel name. And so, and I do try to remember people's channels, and if I know their first name, I'll call them by their name. And so when she came in, I was like, oh, there's that awakened lady. And
Like
so
Ned.
yeah, so I spoke to her, and it was right around they were doing the 48-hour live streams at Christmas last year. And she was like, "Oh, we're doing this, and we'd love to have you join us and all this." And I'm like, "Well, email me about it."
Right.
I didn't know anybody, and I didn't know what the village was. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I wanted to participate. I was like, yes, this will be fun. Well, I didn't know that I was going to meet all of these amazing people who could see right through my mask and who were all like, okay, we're going to help you now. This is what we do. This is what the village is. So we're going to start, and I started having conversations with DJ Nico and found out all about the inner child thing, and it's like he was the first person who ever said, I see your inner child. I know what you've been through. It's like I had a mom like that too. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't know me. It's like, how can
Right.
you be telling me these things, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to talk to this person because this is scary for me. And then I started having conversations with Body Illusion. And I'm like, you know, I got to explore this stuff. I can't live 60 more years, you know, not looking at it. And now
Right.
that I have looked at it, it's like I'm a totally different person in so many ways. But now I want other people to be able to experience it and be able to get the benefit of having a community like that. And whether you think you have anything you need to work on or not, you might be surprised. You might start hanging out with us and you'll be like, oh no, they can see behind that mask.
That's the thing. That's the thing, especially if people have wore a mask for years and years and years. Yeah, we can identify a mask right away. We can see it right away.
Yeah. And
That's
and
right.
it's so
Magic
it's
village.
so odd that
I'm sorry.
if you've never been in that kind of an environment, and you think that you're masking it well, it's like really awakening. It's like, oh my goodness, and
And
then
I
you
thought I
want
was fooling everyone.
yeah, and then you're like, oh, I need to know more. I need, and it has just been the best experience. And I know people don't like going into a situation where you don't know anyone and where you don't know what to expect. But you know what? Sometimes you let your guard down when you're in that kind of situation because you really don't know what is going to happen and you don't know what to expect, and you just be in that situation, and then you start realizing, oh, this is what it's about, and this is
Yeah.
what, and then you start hearing other people talk about their situations and things that they deal with and think, and then you find out too, well, hey, I'm not the only one that's got issues, we all have issues. And I used to think that it was, other people have issues. I
Yeah.
just
It's them.
don't talk about, my problems. And then it was like, you know what? If you talked about them, they wouldn't burden you so bad. And then once I was able to say, okay, here we go. We're going to open up the doors. You can see everything. I got nothing to hide. Now I'm just like so free. I just feel so good because I'm no longer hiding. I'm no longer trying to keep that mask on. I'm like, this, I am who I am on
Yeah.
the camera, off the camera, you know. Hi, Mimi, welcome in. And that's the thing. We got to be able to live our lives authentically and be who we are without being afraid that, oh, somebody's not going to like us because we have this or we have that, or, no. Most
Well,
people
and
are going to
some of
like
us
you
have that
even more
pleasing.
when you're on
They
it.
won't be pleased with me. They won't be
Hmm.
pleased with me. I won't make them happy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And how many times have you said,
Especially you
I
talk about
can't,
my ringtone.
like, I can't make that commitment. I can't agree to that because I don't know how my day is going to be. And other people are like, well, she's kind of wishy-washy. She won't commit to anything. But those of us who have had those bad days, we know exactly. You could wake up in the morning and feel great. And by 10 o'clock, you're like, I'm going back to bed. This is not
Right.
going to be a good day for me, and other people are like, okay, I just don't get that, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And all you have to do is say, today's not a good day. And we don't ask questions, and we don't sit there and be like, well, why? Tell me about it. It's like, okay, I got you.
Judgment is
I'm
not in the cards.
Yeah. I'm here if you want to talk. If not, let me know when you want to. But
Yeah.
it's about letting people be who they are, genuinely who they are, and no, what is it they say?
No expectations.
But there's another thing they say.
Okay.
It's not no drama. What is it? Gosh, I hate when I can't think of the right word.
That's okay. Welcome to my world. So when this hit me hard, um, I was working, and I figured I was going to work until the cows come home. I I was working. I'd always worked. Um, but then it got to a point where sounds were affecting me. Um,
Judgment.
I
The
couldn't
word
listen
was
to music,
judgment.
huh? Oh, judgment. Oh, there it is.
Judgment. No judgment. I knew it
No
was.
judgment.
I was like,
No judgment.
no
Yeah,
judgment.
that's not
Yeah,
in our vocabulary. Yeah,
right.
and no criticism. None of that stuff.
Mm-mm.
Um, but it got to a point where I couldn't hear music. I couldn't listen to music. Um, ringtones on phones, certain ringtones would set me off in an anxiety attack. Um, they tried to do EMDR, which is a sound. It's to, you can either do it with your hands or your ears. And they tried to do it with my ears, and they put the sounds on me and threw me into a panic attack. That's when I found out what it was. I just thought I was just losing my marbles. The therapist looks at me and goes, "You're having a panic attack." And I went, "That's what that thing is? That's what that is?" So, certain sounds, so I couldn't listen to things. I couldn't, I couldn't watch certain TV shows. I couldn't watch certain YouTube channels. If the voice got too aggressive, I couldn't. It was triggering. Um, Still to this day, I can't listen to aggressive anything. I just cower and just sink into. Um, so because of all that, and so I couldn't work, because any sounds or anything like that would just set me off, and I couldn't work. So I'm walking around the building trying to catch air. So I'm spending most of the time walking around the building instead of doing my job. So finally, they sent me home, and I ended up on permanent disability because of my wiring in my brain, not physical, mental. So um, because of the choices I made in the past, now my brain is wired funky. But we're getting past it. We're getting past it. But like I said, Echo has been here. She knows nothing about this. She knows bits and pieces, but the village knows a lot about it. I've talked about it a lot on my channel, um, because again, I don't want people that are stuck to think they're alone, because it really does feel like you're alone. You're the only one that's doing this. You're the only one that's living this. And it's not true. There's so many of us out there. So many of us. And another problem is right now is the holidays. The holidays coming up is going to be a big issue for us and a lot of people, um, because there is so many different variations of issues that the holidays are going to be difficult. Like for me to get out, if I had family, to go out and socialize with them and have a big turkey, that wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. And but I don't have anybody. It's just me now. Because, like I said, it was just my mother and myself. So now it's just me. Um, Other is busy with his life. So it's me and the fur babies. So thanks to the village, I have a place to enjoy the holidays. We got to we got to celebrate my birthday last holiday, so that was cool.
Yeah.
So, but life is, yeah, life is a challenge, and like people say, you do a lot of. Somebody called me an AI channel, and I thought that was interesting. I thought, well, I do have some AI, but that's not my goal. My goal is to show outside, to show, even if it's a fish swimming in a pond, if it's a duck, if it's anything outside, because I want people to know that there's an outside waiting for them, and that I'm trying really hard to get out there to let you know it's out there. That's my goal. And the village has helped me a lot. Has helped me a lot. We're going to, I shouldn't say we. It's not we. I'm not a we. I'm just a little cog. The village is going to be doing a show on mental health and the holidays and how it interacts, because a lot of people have issues with agoraphobia, panic attacks. Some people have um, uh, money restraints, because holidays put a lot of strain on your billfold. Some people have lost loved ones this year, and or even fur babies, you know, whatever your loved one is, and it just really, it can affect you in so many different ways. So I asked Misha. I asked Misha to text me when it was going to be. You started out with a mental. Yeah, yeah, and that's what happens. Is the mental disability will affect your body. It's proven fact. Mac, Surviving Together, talks about it a lot. How your mental stability affects your body. It can affect your kidneys, which went out on me, you know. Uh, when I was, like I said, I was doing all those things, trying to keep going, pushing myself, thinking I was doing good, thinking I was doing better, even though I was hiding behind a lot of different meds to get there. So, uh, but it does. It does affect your body. It affects your heart. It affects your lungs. It affects your blood pressure. It affects your everything. Your mental health will affect your body. So it will physically, yeah. Always alone, never lonely. Yeah.
Well, and that's why on, Self Care Sundays, we talk about, the mental, the physical, the emotional, it's all of it together. You can't
Yes.
neglect any one part of yourself. You have to take care of your whole being. And I think when we have issues, we get like laser focused on the issue and we forget about the other things that we need to be doing to take care of ourselves. A lot of people are agreeing with you and um, saying that, like they can be alone in a room full of people. Um, and it's
And
just,
still be so lonely. So
yes,
lonely.
yes,
I mean, your heart is just so lonely. And it doesn't matter who's in the room. Yeah,
yeah.
it just sure does affect the body. Yeah. Yeah, because your mind is in a different state of mind than everybody else, and everybody else can be laughing and giggling and and some people will put the mask on and play the game, just so nobody thinks anything is wrong, even though your heart is so lonely. And
Mm.
there could be 30, 40, 60 people around you. You could be your whole family.
Well, and I figured out, I thought something was missing. I thought I needed a person. I thought, I wasn't, I wanted to be like somebody else. I didn't want to be me. And it's like all of those things, I found out that what I needed was me. you know,
Yeah.
I didn't need somebody else. I didn't need to be somebody else. I just needed to be me. um, and I know a lot of people, there's such a stigma about saying I have some mental issues, or I have this, or I have that, or and even just to say I'm disabled. That was like really hard for me because I had always been independent. I had always worked, made my own money, and when they said, no, you're not able to work, and we're going to give you a check because you're disabled, and I was like, but I'm not. It's like, I don't care what you think. And it was hard for me to understand and to realize that, yeah, okay, my mind says I could do it, my body says, oh no, you can't. you know
Yeah.
and I'm sure it was the same with you. Your body thought it could keep going, but your mind was like, no, we need a break.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I ended up in the hospital, was about 3.5 years ago. I ended up in the hospital. Um, but that's another story for another day. And then and I kept having my phone by me because I was used to it. And the nurse was going, why is this alarm keep going off? And I said, it's my alarm to get me up for work. And she goes, you're not going to work today. And she clicked it off. And I was insulted. I went, all you got to do is just fix me and I'm going to go back to work. Just get me out of here and I'm going to go back to work. This is what I do because I'd done it since I was like 14. Basically, it was my identity. This is what I do.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
it
that's
gave me
how
a
I
purpose.
felt. It was. And I think too, because it came after my divorce, so it was like I was already no longer someone's wife. I was no longer part of a marriage, and
Right,
that took a huge hit on my self-esteem and who I thought I was. But I was still a mom, and I was still somebody's employee. And then when I
right.
couldn't be, I was like, what else am I going to have to lose? So yeah, it was really hard for me to wrap my head
Oh, yeah.
around it. And I fought my daughter. I was like, I don't care what anybody says. I'm gonna go to work.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was
I
it
mean,
was
how many
hard.
identities can you lose?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah, because both of those things you had been for years and years and
years.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's kind of like you get in a place where you think nothing will change. It's not going to change. My marriage isn't going anywhere. I'm not going to quit my job. It's like I'm not going to do those things. But you don't realize that other people can do things that affect you that you have no say over, and you
you
have
have no
you
control
can't
over.
do anything about it. And it's just really hard to wrap your head around being told you can't do something that you enjoyed, or you thought you enjoyed doing it. Let me tell you, I went to my old store the other day, and the whole 17 and a half years that I worked at Walmart, it was in the same store.
Okay,
And I saw two people that I worked with a lot of those years.
really?
One person had already retired, and she was back there working. And another lady had been, a manager, and she was running the cash register. And I was like, I feel sorry for these folks, because when you get to a certain age, you shouldn't have to work that hard, you know? And I even told the one lady who had retired and came back, I said, it's so good to see you, but I am so sad for you. And she was like, I know. And I was like, well, we do what we have to do,
Yeah.
you know. But I was able to tell her, look, I miss some of the people I worked with and some of my regular customers, but do I work miss the actual company and the actual physical part of the job? Nope, not a bit.
Oh,
Don't miss
really? Yeah.
don't miss it a bit anymore. I did at first. It took me a long time and like you said about the alarm going off, we had a system, like an app on our phone to get our schedule. I was on a set schedule. I had the same shift and the same days off. I did not need to go on that app to get my schedule. But yet,
Mhm.
even months and months after I stopped working, I would wake up and be like in a panic because I don't know what time I'm supposed to be to work. And I can't get this app to work on my phone. And I cannot find out my schedule. And I would be all upset. And then it would dawn on me, you don't even work there anymore. But
Mhm.
something subconsciously or something, I hadn't let it go. And it was like driving me insane. And then I worked overnight and we would go to lunch at 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd
Mhm.
wake up every 2 o'clock. It's like my body was like, it's time to eat, you
Yeah.
know? And it took forever for those things to go away to where I could say, okay, I know I don't have to go to work and I know it's not time to eat at 2 o'clock in the morning. But it was so hard because you just get so programmed to do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For years, I would wake up at 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning, because that was when my alarm went off. 3 in the morning, because I had to be at work at 5 in the morning. So 3 in the morning, it was just, that's the way it was. And then it took me forever to finally turn off my alarms off my phone.
I can't see what Cush is saying. Awakened is responding to him, but I can't. I don't know what he's saying. But anyway, she's helping him, I'm sure.
Oh, I hope so.
She said, my entire life I've let other people decide my fate. Yeah. No more, though. That's right. And how many of us have that
Mentally
negative
advanced.
recording going in our head? You're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. Nobody really loves you. Da, 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 da.
And you don't think about it, it just happens.
It's just,
Yeah.
and you're,
That's
and
the
what was
ants.
it?
It's
What
the
was it
ants
that I
making
said?
you
That I
negative.
had to realize that voice in my head, it wasn't even my voice. It was my mother's voice.
Yeah,
Like
it's always something.
I was so used to hearing it that that's what I heard. Did y'all
Yeah.
know that your thoughts sometimes are not true?
Yeah.
You don't have to
I
believe
still,
everything
I
you
still
think.
hear other people's voices. I probably always will.
Hmm.
How I
Yeah.
wasn't worthy. I just wasn't worthy. I'm not going to get into the words. They're not echo proof.
Why does everybody think I'm such a goody two shoes?
Well, it's not you. It's the people that come to visit you. I don't want them to be shocked or anything like that. I mean, I've been down a road that wasn't pretty, and I let it happen to me. And thanks to Home Depot, I have to admit, thanks to Home Depot, I ended up with a boss that he didn't even know what was going on in the house, but he gave me the confidence to walk away, to run away.
Mhm.
Um, I'll never thank him enough. He didn't even know what was going on. He just treated me so differently that he gave me the confidence to get out of it. So that was cool. So every year when it's National Bosses Day, Aria, when it's National Bosses Day, I always send him something. and on his birthday and all that kind of stuff. I remember all those things because he did. He got me out of that. I hear my mom. See,
Mm-hmm.
Brian agrees. I hear my
Yeah.
mom a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not your voice. Your voice doesn't sound like that.
And I had to actually
You're
take
not born with negative thoughts in your head.
no, no.
You
And I
know,
had
look at those little babies. They're positive. They're laughing. They're giggling. Everything's fun. Everything's a new adventure. That's this external that keeps pounding in your head.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But I had to take every thought and say, is this true? Can I prove it? Can I disprove it? You know, and it's hard when you don't care enough about yourself to take care of your own self, you know. But let me tell you, once you learn that it's okay to take care of yourself, you can't stop. You know, it's like I have become so forceful in my, boundary setting, and it's like, nope, this is my life, and it's unbelievable the things that I have
and I
overcome.
you know, I can't say that when things started happening, I had confidence in myself. I was very independent.
Hmm.
I was a strong person. I took care of myself. I've always taken care of myself. Um, I was very independent. I was, you know, um, but it took time and the right words, and it just slowly beat me down until I figured that's all I had, and that's where I was going to be. But you don't start out you don't start you don't start out with negative, you know, and you don't start out thinking you're a bad person. You know, they tell you you are.
Yeah.
Other people tell you are.
I heard one time that when a baby is born, it's, pure and the kind of person we're all supposed to be. And
Mhm.
then society, especially the parents, corrupt the child. Maybe not meaning to, maybe,
Mhm.
maybe they think they're keeping them safe and they're, doing the right things. But sometimes you don't develop your own sense of, I can take care of myself, and I can, set those boundaries and do those things. And it's just, like with my granddaughter, I tell her all the time, you know, you stand up for yours. And like if she says, well, somebody did this or did that, I'm like, was it on purpose? Was it an accident? It's like you don't let somebody hurt you. You don't let, you know, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's like I
But
want her to be a strong, independent woman, but I don't want her to ever feel like somebody got the best of her.
but
Mhm.
like Misha says, I was really good at taking care of everybody else. I was
Oh
really
yeah.
good at it. I was 2 3 times a week. I was at an animal shelter, helping at the animal shelter. I was working at a homeless shelter. I was volunteering there. I was taking care of people that I work with, my coworkers, and making sure everything was good with them. I was planning parties. I was doing all this extra stuff. Everybody was happy. I was making everybody happy around me, you know. And it's interesting that it's easier
Hmm.
to help outside than it is to look inward, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. To look inward is very, very difficult. Very difficult. That's how I raised my kids. Good, good.
Well, and
Garden
I've said
City.
it
Garden City
before.
agrees with money.
I felt like I was living in a fairy tale because my real life wasn't good, you know. And so I made up my own life, and I lived in a fairy tale. And after a while, you start believing those lies, you know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, even when to the point of when I met my husband, I was like, he's a white knight in shining armor, he is going to rescue me, you know, he is going to make everything okay. And I would have done anything to keep that situation going, you know? And now I'm like, how stupid was that? You know, it's like he was a normal human being, like just like me, with his own issues and his own problems. He couldn't save me, he couldn't save himself, you know? It's like, but to me, it was, you know,
Right. Da da da
yeah. Yeah.
da.
So, you know, when my daughter came and said, you know, hey, we're going to get married, and I know you're anti marriage. And I'm like, no, no, I am not anti marriage. I'm anti bad marriage, you know. But let me tell you, don't live in a fairy tale and don't have your eyes closed. It's like, let me tell you the things you need to do to protect yourself, not only emotionally and physically, but financially, you know. And then if you still want to get married and he still wants to marry you after you set those boundaries, go for it, you know. And they have a great marriage, but they also let each other be who they are. They don't, it's not like, oh, well, you have to walk on those eggshells and be a certain person in this relationship, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I love the fact that they wanted to get married, and I'm glad that they are married. It just didn't work out for me, but I never even considered it wasn't going to work out. That's the sad part, is that I just was in the fairy tale, and it's like I'm going to live happily ever after, you know.
Yeah. See,
What?
and in my world, marriage, the word marriage is not even in my vocabulary. Hasn't been in years, would never be in my vocabulary. I don't understand it. I don't the concept is foreign to me. I see no
Well,
point in
now
it. I see
what
no
I
point
think
in
of
it.
marriage now and what I thought of marriage then, two totally different things.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody the other day, I don't want a relationship. I wouldn't mind having a partner in life, you know, but
Right.
yeah, no, it's got to be, you know, on my terms, and it's got to be where I feel like we're partners, not me taking care of the other person, or, you know, and am I going to find that? Probably not. But I'm my own partner, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't matter to me. But there are a lot of people who want to be in a relationship and want to have somebody to love and that loves them. And I wish y'all all the luck in the world that you find that kind of relationship. I have had three not so good relationships. I don't think I want to try for number four. I really don't. I really don't think I do, you know.
Yeah. I've been in a few relationships, and some were good, some were bad. Um, but that word never crossed my mind. My mother said to me years ago, she goes, you know, Lucy, we were never meant to be with somebody. We were meant to be alone. We were meant to be strong and take care of ourselves. It's
Mhm.
just the way it is. It's just the way it is. And I think it was her way of saying, as you were saying to your daughter, be independent, be strong, take care of yourself. Don't worry about them. If they want to come along for the ride, that's fine. But you go on your own journey, you know?
Yes.
And I think that was her own way of saying it.
And at
But
the end of the day, the only person you can count on is yourself,
oh yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah, I learned that plenty
And
of times.
when you live your life trying to um, make somebody feel about you the way you feel about them, mm-mm, doesn't
Yeah.
work. You know,
Yeah.
it just doesn't work. You
Yeah.
have to be able to be okay.
Every time I've depended on a man, I've ended up homeless. Every time I've depended on a man, I've ended up homeless. I'm not. that was after the third time I went, now you knew better than that. You knew better than that. Why did you fall through
Well,
that third time? Third time. Everybody knows it takes me 3 times.
well, that's what I'm saying. I've
Three is the
struck
number.
out 3 times, so I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to go to bat again. But I now know that I am okay by myself. Whereas
Yeah,
before it was like a fear of, oh, I don't want to be alone. I kind of like being alone most of the time. I
yeah,
mean, I like to socialize, but when it comes to somebody being in my space all the time and having demands on my time, mm, no. Don't want to do it.
yeah. I've been on those roller coasters where they one person was quite good at networking. If anybody understands what networking is, he was very good at networking. So he would get all these projects and all these ideas going, and everybody would jump on the bandwagon and say, "Okay, you're going to do this," and he would, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." He didn't lift a finger, so it all fell to me to keep this facade going of this perfect world. So then I would do all that stuff. I am my own partner.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
just
hi,
reading that one.
John.
Hi, John. I am my own partner. That hit hard, Echo. But once you can say that to yourself and mean it, you found the answer, my dear. Exactly. And I always thought that it was going to take somebody else to make me be okay, you know? And it was me all along. All I needed was myself. But I hid her away. I
Mhm.
put my faith in other people instead of my faith in myself. And I don't need that anymore. So
Yeah, yeah.
it is hard.
So yeah, it is.
It's like I was raised in the 60s. That was before the big feminist movement and women wanting to have careers. We were raised, we're going to have babies and be mamas. And,
See, I
it, it,
wasn't.
it, you
I
know,
wasn't.
I was. And it
Yeah,
was kind of like, um, I always thought about having kids. I wanted to be a mama. I wanted to have lots of kids, but I never once thought about who or what my husband would be like or what my wedding would be like. Never even worried about any of that. I wanted to have kids.
see, and I was raised like I said, my mother and myself. So there was no men in the house. My mother dated, but
Mhm.
she didn't. She was independent. She worked. She took care of the bills. So for me to think marriage and kids and men in our life, it wasn't really part of it. My mom would date some guy for a couple of years, and he would come into our lives, and then he would go away, and another person would come along, and I mean, she dated. She was in her 20s, for heaven's sake. That was life. That
Mhm.
was life. So the perfect life of being a wife and a mother and a blah blah blah. Yeah, that wasn't in our zeitgeist. It wasn't. She didn't pound that. She didn't bring that to the forefront. It
Mhm.
wasn't.
Well, I was very sheltered. Um, I didn't know about people doing drugs or drinking. I didn't know about people, stealing and like just so many things that, you have to deal with when you're in this world. I
Mhm.
didn't I didn't know any of that kind of stuff. So my first experience with adults was not good. And
Yeah,
then it was almost like, well, I just want to be a wife and a mother and not have to deal with the world.
Yeah.
Little did I know, then once I had a child, that child would have to deal with the world. So then I
Right.
had to deal with the world, even more so to protect my child.
Yeah. Well, as most people know, I'm an alcoholic. So I don't use the word recovery. You never recover.
Mhm.
I don't understand that word. People have tried to explain that word to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. I am that, and that's who I am. So that took me a lot of dark paths before I got into this long term relationship. Um, that took me down some dark paths. I learned about the world the hard way, and I got clean, and then came across this person. But as we know, um, when you start your addiction, down the road of addiction, you stop maturing mentally. So once I cleaned up, I was still back at that age, mentally. I'd stopped maturing. So the person found, you know, a very young, mature, even though I'd seen a lot of things, done a lot of things, been a lot of places, don't want to get into it. But they found a very willing participant because I was still young at mind.
Mhm.
But I'd been down that alcohol road for quite some time. Quite some time.
I think we all find something to self-medicate ourselves with, you know.
Mhm.
Um, there's there's nothing, just like I smoked, and I know I'm one cigarette away from smoking again, you
Yeah,
know. I mean, I had quit, had my daughter, started back, quit again. Then I was like, that's it. But I know I'm a smoker. And if I ever start smoking again, that'll be that. I'll be a smoker.
yeah,
It's not that I feel like I'm cured from, I know it's just that easy.
yeah,
And I just don't do that. But that doesn't mean that it's easy, that I think it's easy for people to stop or give things uh I don't know. I definitely thought I needed to smoke, you know. I don't know. Um, I never really drank, but then again, too, my husband drank. So I had to be the designated driver. So when you do that, um, it's kind of like you deal with the alcohol, even though you're not drinking the alcohol, you know.
right.
And
Well, I became that. Once I cleaned up and hooked up with this person, I ended up being the designated driver because we went to bars and we went to parties and he would get schnockered and. But anyway.
my ex-husband got so drunk one time at a Halloween party
Ooh,
because
what do you think, guys? What do you think?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the cord back in there so the battery
No,
don't
no,
go.
you're
There we
doing just fine, honey. We're
go.
just we're just teasing you.
But anyway, he went to this Halloween party from people he worked with that he didn't know real well, and they put liquor in different food,
Okay.
and he didn't realize because he was basically a beer drinker, and he was eating, I think it was cherries or something, but they were like infused with bourbon or something.
Right.
Anyway, he didn't know, and he got himself very, very drunk, and he fell into a bonfire
Oh,
and
good gracious.
burned. He had on like nylon, like synthetic, like pants, and he fell into
Ooh.
a fire, and it's like
First
they
thing I was thinking
melted.
was those old Remember those 70s synthetic shirts, those shiny ones? That's
Yeah. Well,
made of
this
plastic.
was at Halloween, and it was a costume party, and he had uh, like a security guard type uniform. So you know those
Oh,
like uniform pants, but they're like a dress pant kind of
yeah.
material. And
Hi,
so
Izzy.
anyway, when he fell into the fire, the pant burned, melted into his leg.
Oh gosh.
And so we had our daughter, and she was probably 2 years old. And I had dropped him off at the party and went to my friend's house. And he was supposed to call me when he was ready to go. I go and I pick him up. Of course, it's dark because it's, at night. He gets in the car. He doesn't say nothing. We get home, and he don't take his pants off when he goes to get in the bed. And I'm like, okay, I know you're drunk, but And so I'm like, okay, let's get these clothes off. I'm thinking, well, he's so drunk he don't even realize he, is not getting his clothes off.
Right.
Then I look at his pant leg and I realize he can't take the pants off because it is melted and his skin was like Vaseline. It looked like Vaseline, it was just like sloughing off of him. And I mean, it was
Ugh.
horrible. And so I know he's hurt, but if you get a deep enough burn, it doesn't hurt.
Mhm.
It's like, you know, you go down so many layers. And I'm like, how on earth is he not like screaming in excruciating pain,
Mhm.
But anyway, so we go to the emergency room and they clean it all up and he has a horrible scar on his knee from that.
Right.
But I was like, that should be enough to tell you you have a problem. You know, no.
Mm-mm.
It's like, what is it going to take for you to wake up, that you have a problem? No,
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 it doesn't work like that. It
mm-mm.
doesn't work like that.
No.
It'd be nice if it did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm looking for a cough drop.
there we go.
I've rearranged this thing and now I've lost everything. That's all right. Oh, here. Doesn't take much. Doesn't take much, folks. So anyway, yeah.
I
But like
mean,
I said, um, with people with issues, um, the the village is going to be doing something. Misha, can you put up when it's going to be so we can pull it up? Uh, I think it's a week from today about mental health and the holidays and what may come up and how we can try to keep it at bay during the holidays because it's hard. Like we were saying, you can be in a room full of people and be so lonely, you know. Um, and it's loneliness for the ones that aren't there, ones that you've lost,
and
um,
a lot of
loneliness with
people,
memories of the past.
and a lot of people won't tell you like, what happened to them in their life around the holidays. They just either won't celebrate the holidays or they'll just be, down during the holidays or whatever. And so if someone does share with you that they've lost a loved one during the holidays or whatever, don't ever try to make them feel like, well, you should get over that and you should still celebrate. No,
Can you
that
pull
is
that up?
like, you know,
Can you pull that up?
yeah,
Tuesday.
there we go.
There it is.
The
Now,
16th.
if you guys want to um, join the village on that particular night, and most of the things that are posted on the village will be Central Time. It's kind of the center of the country, so it's Central Time. Most of the things will be posted at Central Time. But If you want to come, that would be wonderful. Yeah. So if you can subscribe to the village, make sure we are also Echo is part of this again. She got roped into it last year. She's been roped into it every time now. Another
I'm looking
48
forward
hour.
to it though for Christmas because I'm going to be home. So I will have my computer and I will have my internet and nothing will stop me from going on. Not like when I was off the grid during Thanksgiving. I was so upset that day.
So the village is going to do a 48 hour for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It's going to be a 48 hour straight live for the people that want to join, for the people that may be alone. Like me, I'm not going to. This is, see the green? That's as Christmassy as I'm going to get this year. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting up a tree. I decorated my outside of my house, but that's part of the mask. The outside world doesn't need to know what the inside of my house is. I'm not putting up a tree. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not torturing myself looking at a tree. It has no presence.
Misha
That's not going to happen.
or Misha. That's why I call her Ned because I can never pronounce her name correctly. Will you please drop the village's link again? Miss Robin would like to know it. So, and she just said, and I guess, let's see, I need
What's
to
that?
put this one up. She said, we talk about stuff that is hard, no judgments. We are here for each other, good or bad.
Yeah.
And it's such a calm environment because everybody knows everybody's got their stuff. It's not like you're the
Everybody comes with
only
baggage.
one, you know? It's like everybody's got something. Echo, we missed you, but we made it. Everyone came together just like you did last year. Looking forward to next time. Yes. Yes, I had to call Body Illusion and be like, you need to come on with me because I don't know if I'm even going to be able to come on. And then I was like, yeah, I can't get on. So,
Yeah, we
but
struggled. We tried, but we
yeah.
just kept her rolling. We went, that's okay. We're going to do it in her name. So there it is. There's the village. Tiff put it up.
Okay. Good.
Now, then just put it up.
Okay. Great. Well, Ned, you don't
And you
have to
will
worry
find,
about
folks, that
that.
Awakened Reflection has quite a few names. So sometimes it's Awakened, sometimes it's Ned, sometimes it's Misha. It just depends on, how it rolls off your tongue.
Yes, sometimes people will be like, "Who are they talking about? Where is that? I don't see that person." It's like, okay.
She has a lot of aliases. 48 hours of laughs, loves, and hugs. Yeah, for any and all to enjoy. Come see how beautiful the chosen family can be. Yes. And that's true. This is my chosen family. They chose me. I feel so honored. They found me. Like I said, I just clicked a button on something. See how little it is? This is what started this whole thing. And that's was something somebody was going to throw away. They said, and I went, well, let me see what I can do. And because of Bridge, I love our village. Me too. Me too. So
Yes,
anybody that
I'm
wants to
I'm
come and see
so
us
thankful I
now,
found you. That y'all found me and I found y'all. I love it.
so anybody that wants to come visit, come join. Izzy, if you want to be part of it, I've asked you an hour of your time. You can sign up for an hour or 2 hours, Most people just do an hour, you know, during the live. Um, Stephanie, if you're still here, I haven't seen you in a
Oh,
while.
If Stephanie doesn't have plans with her family, I am sure we'll get her to do something.
You
I might
know,
have
I
to.
was, you know, doesn't Stephanie do a lot about dreams?
She does. And I want to have a
Wouldn't that
conversation
be
about dreams. That would
interesting?
be a great live, I think.
Oh my gosh. No kidding.
Hmm.
Now Darcy's put it up, the village as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just think that would be just, you know, I think that would be just amazing.
And
Amazing.
BJ, we're gonna get BJ too. I don't know why he. Oh, Stephanie says I'm here. Okay, well we just said we're gonna recruit you, so we're gonna do a live about dreams on Christmas or Christmas Eve. Okay.
Be ready. But
uh,
yeah, I think that would be wonderful.
yeah.
Izzy, I think that would be interesting because she brings a different flavor to the table. So an hour of her day would be wonderful. But
Hmm.
well, let's just see what happens. See what happens. Once the sign up sheet goes out, it's amazing who signs up.
Oh yes, we're gonna hold
Amazing who
BJ
signs
to
up.
it. We are because BJ needs the village. He may not realize it as of yet, but yeah.
And BJ, I know you have an hour of stuff. Even if you just put up, you know, your videos and put them up for an hour, you know.
I mean, he can
And
go
I've
on
seen
and
him
just
do
play his
lives.
playlist would be fine because he's
Yeah,
got some great
and I've
stuff.
seen him do lives. He says I don't do lives. I've seen him do lives. I've been on his lives before. You
Yeah,
know, his options are wide open, wide
yeah.
open. So, yeah. See how we're recruiting you all? We're telling you how to do this. No, but it's a beautiful thing. It's 48 hours, and it's going to be Christmas Eve and Christmas. And then a week later, this is when the heart one kicks in. We're going to do another 48-hour for New Year's Eve and New Year's. That's the hard one because we don't really get a chance to recover before before another one hits. So, um, I hope you understand a little bit more. I didn't get in very deep. I didn't want to get in too deep because you saw even just scratching the surface kind of gets to me. Um, so the mask does stay up most of the time because, as I said before, I want to bring more joy to the world that doesn't seem to smile as much as I feel they should. So I'm gonna bringing in the new year. Yes, yes. So please,
2026 is going to be a great year. I don't care what anybody says. It is going to be great.
I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna stay positive because it is a six. It is a six, which is two threes.
Mhm.
Everybody knows my threes, so I'm gonna be positive about it. Yeah. So come next week and come on the 48 hour. It's amazing how much love can be in one little channel. You know, I think the internet was made for that. I think YouTube was made for that. YouTube has become uh, kind of toxic in some areas, and I think it needs to. Think we need to do the yin to the yang.
Well, we need
But
to let people know that, there are people who care and there are people who will accept you no matter what
uh-huh,
without judgment. Um, and you don't see that very much,
right.
you know.
And
Yeah.
there's people that there that have physical issues as well. Um, like some people are going to the doctor 3 4 times a week, and so they need support, they need understanding, and it's all, you know. Make sure to hit the yeah, and leave a comment after this show. Yeah, please, please. Ned and Tiff will be there. Thank you, Awakened. She's being smarty. So, no more toxicity. Yes, yes. Yeah. B has been down that road as well. Yeah, and it's amazing how close we can get. You will find somebody that is understands you. They may not have the same paths as you, but they will understand you. 3 13 63.
At
Well, I wish.
133.
I wish. I was older. I'm older than that. I was born in the 50s. now, now you figure it out.
Yeah, Darcy and I are almost the same age. Mine's 1/15/63 and she's 3/13/63. So very close there in age.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does
Yes.
the number three
Uh-huh.
I said, what does the number three in is it numerology that you're talking
Yeah.
about? The
Yeah.
number three?
Yeah.
Hi, Eat More Pizza. Welcome to our
Oh,
newest
pizza.
channel
Hi.
member. Eat More Pizza. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be doing a short to welcome you to Kaleidoscope of Happiness Families. I should have done it today, but I was lazy, so I will do it tomorrow.
Oh, is he a new member?
Yes.
Yay, pizza.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Robin from Garden State so and so. She's 1969. That's my little brother is
Ooh.
1969.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Woodstock.
Mm-hmm.
That's Woodstock. Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. The power of three. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been my number for years and years. See, everybody's saying pizza, pizza. Everybody needs pizza.
Awaken says her birthday is 69 too. Y'all are youngsters.
Yeah, you're babies.
Yeah.
You're babies. You're little pups. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
He
Really, it
says,
doesn't.
I was born in the summer of love.
Okay.
So what
64.
64 was the summer of love?
Uh-huh.
Well, you're a youngster too then, because you're younger than me. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Anybody
Uh,
younger than me is a youngster. So
oh yeah. I drove, yeah, we went through Haight Ashbury quite a few times because you have to go through Haight Ashbury to get to Golden Gate Park. So I went through, I was, yeah, we went through Haight Ashbury a lot, because it's just up the street from where I'm from. Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting to see the colors and the, oh, not 64. Well, can we get more information than not 64?
okay, if it's not 64, then what is it?
Okay.
Ah,
All right. You asked for it, buddy.
I can Google the summer of love. Oh, she's doing it.
67. 67, they
Oh,
called it the summer of love. I thought it was
67.
64. Okay.
Well, you're young too, then.
There's only 2 years difference in you guys. 67.
67. Okay.
Google beat you to it.
So yeah, see, you're 4 years younger than me. You're a baby. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. See, y'all are babies. Y'all are babies. Which proves another thing. It doesn't matter how old you are. You know? I mean, I'm older than dirt. It seems like I should have learned a long time ago. You know? It doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 20, you can be 30, you can be 60s. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when, your exploration of yourself can begin. I am such a baby.
But most of when you look at my analytics, most of my viewers are in the 35 age range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Pizza, aren't you in Cali anyway? Isn't Pizza in Cali?
Yeah, he is.
I thought he was. Are you down the street from me? Should I go visit you? Or should I go knocking on your door?
Oh, watch out. She might show up at your house.
Meet the missus. Meet the missus. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Your analytics says what? 35?
Yeah.
Is that interesting?
That's like my highest, amount is like that 35-year range.
Right.
And I'm like, I would think it would be the, 55 and up age, but it's not.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss
It's
Edna.
more normal.
Welcome, welcome.
Okay.
Oh, he says he's in
Oh,
North
more stalkers.
California and no stalkers, please.
Is that what you just labeled me?
Hmm.
That's okay.
If somebody wants to stalk you, they could stalk you. They don't usually ask permission, not stalkers. Ah.
That's cute. That's cute. Yeah, NorCal. That's me. I'm NorCal.
And Carnosol said,
Says
just
they-
bring pizza with you. Oh, okay. So if you want to stalk him,
Oh, okay.
bring him a pizza. Pizza delivery.
Richard says it's okay. Richard just gave me an okay on it.
Miss Edna, we're doing good. We've had a tough conversation, but we are almost turned it around. So we're doing great.
Yeah, there's more to dig into, but a little bit at a time. You know what I mean? So, ladies, have been a great live. Thank you. Again, if you want to come, because I know for me, the holidays are going to be bumpy because, like I said on my live, that my family was huge and it was a big thing, and now it's me and my fur babies. You know, um, it's quite a jolt to think I've lived this long and I've worked this hard, and this is what I have to show for it. That's the way I look at it. So I'm just really happy that and feel very honored that the village is there and I can be part of it for the Christmas Eve and Christmas. So it, it gives me my chosen family to be with, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if you have family or if you don't have family, because some families are, it's like being with the family is hard sometimes too. So,
Well, I have cousins. I have cousins and stuff like that. And they weren't, a lot of them weren't positive to my mother. when she was alive.
Oh,
So
okay.
I,
Here's
uh,
pizza's take on
I
well,
told
where'd
him
it go? There it is.
once,
Well,
once she passed, I was done.
it keeps
There's what you
bumping
get.
up when I'm trying to get it. Bah humbug. The Christmas time has lost a lot of meaning to me as well.
Can you hit Darcy's so we can put up the village?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
There it is. There it
So
is.
I
And
was
then you should put
I
it up
was
again.
telling somebody, my daughter didn't want to raise my granddaughter to believe in Santa Claus because she felt like we had lied to her when she found out that there was not a Santa Claus and that it was us. And she was very upset that the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy were not real either.
Mhm.
And so she said she was not going to lie to her child. So she was not going to have them believe in Santa Claus.
You okay?
Okay. Well, guess what? She started pre K this year. And guess what they had her do at the pre K? They had her write Santa Claus a letter.
There you go.
So she comes home. Santa's going to come to my house and Santa's going to bring me what I asked for in my letter.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, there you go, Mama. Handle that.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't agree or disagree about if we were going to have Santa or not because I don't really care. To me,
Right.
love is love. It doesn't matter. It comes from Santa, it comes from you, whatever. But she felt like we were, deceitful because we said it came from Santa when it did not. Instead of being happy that she had parents that bought her presents, no.
Right.
It was the fact that we lied to her. So, anyway, yes.
Yeah.
So now this year, she knows all about Santa.
Yep.
And I'm waiting for her to say, well, why didn't Santa come to my house last year?
What did I do wrong? How did I get on the naughty list?
Was I on the not? And then I said to my daughter, how can she watch? She can't watch Rudolph.
Our Santa Claus is coming to town. That's
No,
one
it's
of
like,
the cartoons. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I was probably about 10, 11, and I finally, because you're hearing through the kids, Santa doesn't exist. Santa doesn't exist. So finally, I asked my mother, I said, does Santa exist? Is there really a Santa? And my mother looked me straight in the face and she goes, if you stop believing in him, he will stop believing in you. And that's all she said. And from then on, I never questioned it. And until the day she died, I got Christmas presents from Santa. So did she.
Yes,
So did she.
Darcy. Yes, we there were presents from Santa and there were presents from us. It
Yes.
all came from us, but yes, there was a difference in
Yeah.
what she got from Santa and what she got from us. And the only way she even started to question it was we were getting her a bike one year and my husband had come and picked it up in the pickup truck and he had a camper over the back of the pickup truck and he was just going to leave the bike in there. And
Mm-hmm.
then she had a friend come over and they were outside playing and the friend looks in the window of the camper and sees a bike in there and she's like,
Of course.
oh, you're getting a bike for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And so when my daughter said, am I getting a bike from Santa? I should have said, no, mom and dad are giving you a bike.
Right.
But I was like, do you really want to ask me this question? And she was like, I want to know, and I said, yeah, no, there's no Santa. It's us. And
Mm-hmm.
that was the wrong thing to say. So, but when you have kids, you have to let them parent their own children.
See that toy box right there?
Yep.
That's others from Santa when he was 3. And what I did was the classic. You get up After they go to bed, you get up and you start building this thing, and you build it in the middle of the night till it finally gets built. So it's sitting there under the tree.
I mean, my dad was very elaborate because, I grew up in Indiana, so there was usually always snow on the ground. Somehow he would even make prints out in the snow where we thought it was the reindeer prints in the snow.
Wow.
And he would
How
make sure that
creative.
he broke down all the boxes and took them out, so like you didn't see any. So, and Santa didn't wrap our presents.
No,
So, everything was
they
put
got a
together.
bow. Like
Well,
this
yeah,
thing
maybe
had
a
a big
bow,
bow
but
on it, but it
yeah.
didn't get
But
wrapped.
and Santa always brought the bigger things,
The big thing came from
you
Santa.
know. Yeah.
Like other one year got one of those rocking horses. You
Hmm.
know, remember those rocking horses where they climb out? Yeah, he got one of those. And I built that thing in the middle of the night. But that was the big thing from Santa. Yeah. So
Except for Legos, kids don't like to assemble toys. That's so true. All my granddaughters like, can you open it? Can you open it? Can you open it? Like, get
yeah,
the stuff out of the box. She could care less.
right.
We went out to dinner tonight, and every time I say, "Where do you want to eat?" she always says McDonald's because she wants a Happy Meal because she wants the McDonald toy.
Right.
And both myself and my daughter were like, I don't want to go to McDonald's. So I said, well, what if Granny takes you to the store and buys you a toy? Then we can go eat somewhere else. So she was like, okay, yeah, okay, good idea. Yeah, well, I'll do that. So I probably paid, more for the toy than I would have paid for the Happy Meal. But anyway, so
Got you
then
out of eating a burger.
she had to take the toy in the restaurant with her.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. So she's sitting there playing with the toy, having a good old time. But at least we didn't have to eat McDonald's and we got to have a good conversation because she was preoccupied with the toy. But yeah. And my daughter also was the kind of mom who said, my daughter's not going to know what McDonald's is. I'm like, yeah. She's not going to know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was really adamant about other not getting soda when he was little. No, he's not getting soda. He's not getting soda. Do not start him on soda so little. He's not getting soda. He's not getting soda. We went to Chuck E. Cheese one time. One of his cousins was having a birthday, and he was little. He was still in arms. And next thing I know, I turn around and my mother has the straw in the soda and putting her finger on the end of it and shooting it into his mouth. And I went, ah, no, ah. And I went, outside forces, you just got to roll with it. You just
Yeah.
got to roll with it.
Yeah.
And she's going, it's not going to hurt him. No, it's not. But that wasn't the point.
Oh, you know how I'm all the time saying that my daughter complains because her job makes her go to these trainings and, all this kind of stuff. She calls me yesterday and she's like, can you keep the baby, I think it's the 12th or the 13th of January overnight? And I'm like, well, yeah. And she's like, my boss is sending me on like a seminar thing where they have to go and spend the night and go to this seminar and all this. And
Okay.
I said,
Well,
oh,
she gets
okay.
per diem, right?
Yeah,
Anyway, go
I
ahead.
said, oh, okay, that's cool, and they're gonna pay for the room and take them up there and feed them and whatever. And so, but she was acting like like she was being put out, like it was, she didn't want to do it or whatever. So that was yesterday. Today, she's like, yeah, they called and I had to go ahead and book my hotel room and this and that. And I said, as much as you don't like to do it, it is kind of nice. You're going to get a night away from home, no baby.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and they only picked two teachers out of the whole school. So I said, you should feel pretty good about that. And she was like, yeah, I guess. I'm like, you're crazy. If I had been on a job and they were like, "We want you to go away for the night on us," I would have been like, "Yes, I will definitely
Can we
do it."
make it
You
2
know.
nights?
Ah. I'm
Uh,
like, "Did she want me to say no? That no, I can't keep the baby, so we can't." You know. One of my mom's friends tried that stomping on the roof trick. Oh, wow.
oh,
Oh,
how cool is
thinking that
that?
Santa was on the roof. I had a friend who they paid somebody to dress up as Santa to come to their house on Christmas Eve to bring the presents.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. It's fun what how ingenious and how creative people can get.
Yeah.
But I just think of the memories they made for the babies.
Yeah.
Santa came to my house. I got to see Santa, you know. Even at my age, I would still keep that as a wonderful memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Takes
mean, you know, and it's like I tried to explain to my daughter, it's Christmas magic. You don't have to know how it happens. It just happens. But no. Mm-mm.
it's just like Frosty's hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's isn't that supposed to be Christmas magic? His hat?
Yes, it is. Pizza says, I'll take the kids anytime. I had a coworker call the house and speak to my kids. Well, see, now they have the actual Santa hotline. You can actually call and talk to Santa on the phone, and
Really?
there's an address you can actually send their Christmas letter. When I was a kid, they would post the Christmas letters in the newspaper.
Okay.
Hmm. My great uncle came as Santa.
There
Yeah.
you go. Is that too cool? See, and I know when you typed that, you smiled. You did, you, Darcy. When you typed that, you smiled.
Yeah.
You may not with your face, but in your heart, you smiled.
Oh, and you can text Santa too. Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
Holy smokes.
I saw that
What
little
happened to
meme on
going to the
Facebook.
mall? Well, I guess malls are dying. Well, I guess well, I was going to say, what happened to going to the mall and sitting on his lap? Going to Macy's or whatever. I did
Yeah,
that.
my daughter didn't.
I was
She
an
didn't like
elf. Got two
see
pictures.
Santa. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it was just intimidating for her, but how. Well, and then too, one year trick or treating, she got scared by somebody's costume or whatever.
Okay.
Then it's like she was traumatized by Halloween. It's like. ah. But now she enjoyed Halloween this year because the baby could walk herself instead
Right.
of, walk half a block and be like, "Oh, you need to carry me."
Well, and then she also had the concept of opening the bag. I mean, she's getting there of the trick
Well,
or
yeah,
treat
she actually
concept.
ran up to the house, said trick or treat, got the candy, and
Uh-huh.
my
So that
brother-in-law
she
dressed
did
as
get to go house to house.
Santa. Pardon
Where's
me?
the camera, Lucy? What camera? There's no camera. This is all a figment of your imagination. What are you talking about? This is
You can
all a
see
dream.
the sleigh traveling around the world on a Santa Watch website. Oh, that's true. You can.
Well, I knew we would watch it on the weather reports, didn't we? Didn't we watch it on the TV on the weather
Yeah,
reports?
they would say Santa's in whatever, whatever. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Now we're showing our age. But yeah.
Oh, and I always would worry because we didn't have a fireplace, so there was no chimney for Santa
Oh
to
yeah.
come, and I would always fret about, well, what if he can't get in the house? And then we had a dog, and I was like, what if the dog scares him?
Yeah. We never had a fireplace. We never had a fireplace. We always rented. And my mom was always like, don't worry about it. Santa's magic. He'll get here. If
And
you've been good enough, he will get here.
and we had I don't know if you've ever seen those long, skinny candles, like it's a glass container, like a long, skinny
Hmm.
container, and it's filled up with a candle. Our school used to sell those every Christmas.
Okay.
And so we all, each one of us had our own special Christmas candle, and they would light it when
Were
we
they
went.
blessing candles? Did they look like blessing candles?
Kind of, but bigger. They were a little bit bigger around. Like the ones I see in the grocery store now are really narrow.
Yeah.
This was like a pretty good size candle. But anyway, they would always light it when we went to bed. And the thing was, you could not get up because until it was blown out, because Santa would come blow it out when he was finished.
Oh,
But you had to be asleep or he wouldn't come blow it out. I don't know how many times I blew that candle out and I'd be bumping along, and they're like, no, go back in the room. And then I
that's too
tried
funny.
so hard. I wanted to see him blow it out. So I would try so hard to stay awake. And I know my parents were probably like, she's still awake in there.
Oh yeah, I would wake up in the middle of the night at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and
Oh,
I
I
was
would say there's
not allowed to
been,
touch anything. I was not allowed to touch anything until my mother got up. So I would lay under the Christmas tree, lay under the Christmas tree until she woke up because I couldn't touch nothing.
well, I would go and I would look and see what everybody else got. And then I would try to wake my brother and sister up and they'd be snoozing. I'm like, how can you sleep? It's Christmas. Wake up, wake up,
Right?
And then most of the time, my dad would want to make the home movie of
Right.
us. And
Right.
so he'd be like, we'd already go out there and see everything. And then he'd go like, okay, go back to your room. And then he'd, get the camera ready. And then we had to come out like we were surprised, like, oh, Santa. We did some horrible
Yeah. Did
acting in
he have a
those home
regular
movies.
projection? Did he have a regular camera? The one
He
that said on
had
the shoulder?
a camera. I think it had like was on a thing you had to hold. It was like a
Okay.
big camera, but we had the reel to reel, uh, to
Okay.
play the movies. Like,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Oh, our family, we had the reel to reel, the camera that was on the stand, and then the string of those hot lights that was so blaring. I don't know if you remember those huge, big lights, and there was a row
yeah,
of like four of them.
yeah,
Oh, they were so intense, so intense. Oh, it is okay, honey.
yeah. Oh, it is. It's
Is
crazy
it
on
time for
here
you
too.
for
Yeah,
us to go to Betty Bye?
yeah. Pizza said one year my
You
family
ready?
moved
Well,
from
Ben, you don't choose the
Washington
time.
to California during Christmas break. That was one of my least favorites. I bet. I'm going to tell this story in one of my Vlogmas shorts, but one year we went to Miami to my dad's brother's house for Christmas.
Mhm.
And so we left Indiana and flew to Miami, Florida, and we couldn't go home because the airport in Indiana was snowed in.
Mhm.
So we had to stay an extra week in Miami, Florida, which of course us kids loved it. My mom and dad were like, we need to get home. But yeah, that's the one and only time I've ever gone somewhere at Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Hawaii twice. That was an interesting concept, doing Hawaii during Christmas because I'm California girl, so
Uh-huh.
I'm not used to the snow anyway. But then you go to Hawaii and you're like literally in shorts and, nothing clothes and hanging out on the beach and you're going, but it's Christmas Eve, it's a
Well, we
weird concept. And you were seeing Santa Claus riding on these sculptures, Santa Claus riding on dolphins because a dolphin is a sculpture, you know. It's
yeah.
it's
Well,
it
we
was a
had my aunt took us to the airport and she kept our winter coats because we didn't want to take them on the plane and everything, and we weren't going to need them when we got to Miami. And then when we came back, when she picked us up at the airport, she brought our winter coats, because it
Mhm.
was snowing and cold. But
Oh, yeah,
I
oh,
can
yeah.
I can remember my mom being upset, that they would watch the weather report and find out that the airport was still closed or whatever. And us kids were like, "We get to go to the beach another
Yeah.
day!"
But,
Yay!
folks, they think responsibility, jobs, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to Vermont to my son's house last year. Oh, wow. He has since moved back to New Jersey. Okay.
I bet you Vermont is
Yeah,
gorgeous.
I bet it is too.
Yeah. I mean, I bet you it's very, just the word Vermont just reminds me
Hmm.
of Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, more than New Jersey. I'm
It,
sorry, more than New Jersey.
and more than, even though I don't like snow and I moved to Georgia to get away from the snow, I like secretly have always wanted to live in Colorado for some reason. And I know it snows there a lot, but
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what it is about Colorado. I've always been like, yeah, I'm going to live in Colorado sometime.
It really is so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colorado is gorgeous. Colorado is just beautiful. Another beautiful state is Utah. Utah
Oh,
is gorgeous, but talk about snow as well. I I don't do snow. I don't want to do snow. I've never done snow. It's
Vermont
interesting.
reminds me of
The
Newhart.
Newhart. I
Mhm.
would love that show. Yeah, and she always had the greatest sweaters, didn't she? Oh, and how about this? Hi, my name is Larry. There's my brother Daryl and my other brother
The
Daryl.
brother Daryl.
Right? Right? So Ben said he left already? He said it was late for him?
Yeah, because he said he had to get up at 4 a.m.
Oh, oh, he's got early start. He's got
This
early.
time last year, I was having to get up at 5 a.m. and go and get the grandbaby. And it
Uh-huh.
is so nice. I mean, I get up and I look at the temperature and I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord, for not making me have to go out and get that baby.
Right.
It's
I
too
just get
cold.
cuddled up in my bed.
I'm like, mm-mm. Then I'll pick her up and she's got the coat and the gloves and all that. I'm like, it must have been cold this morning. She's like, yeah, it was really cold. I'm like, I was in the bed sleeping.
Yeah, I was nice and toasty.
But you do what you got to do. And I never complained about doing it. The one day that it was a torrential downpour, very bad storm. The wind was blowing, and I mean, my little car was like this all over the road.
Oh, that's
But
scary.
I make it to my daughter's house, and right when I pull in, she texts me, "School's closed because of the weather." And I was
Oh,
like, well, it's a good thing because I was fixing to text you and tell you, bring the baby out here to me. I'm not getting out of the car because it was really raining hard. And then I was like, good, I'm going home, going back to bed.
oh, you didn't stay there until
No,
the storm calmed down a little bit? Oh, okay.
no, no.
You just
I,
weathered it and
I
head
was,
on home.
I have
Okay.
the day off. I'm going home and going back to bed. Yes.
Yeah.
But people here in Georgia don't know how to drive when it rains. You know, I'd hate to see them drive in the snow and the ice because they can't even drive in the rain. They like pull off on the side of the road and
I
wait.
don't get that.
I'm
I
like,
don't get that.
what are you doing?
Here in California, they just get run over. It would just be a pile of boom, 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 boom.
And people don't realize that if you're stopped, it might be because somebody is stopped in front of you, you
Mhm.
know. And these would be blowing the horn at me. I'm like, can you not see? There's traffic in front of me that's not
And
moving. It's
especially you in
not
a little
moving.
car, they should be able to see over you. Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, come on, look around me. You see there's something there, but no, 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 no.
And they
And
may
I
not be
hate
too
that when
too
somebody
into it.
honks at
They're
me
way in front that can't hear them.
because I'm
But
like,
aren't
you
those
know what?
transplants, the tutors, the toot? Georgia doesn't
I'm going to
honk their
go
horn, do
even
they?
slower once they start blowing their horn at me. It's like,
You
no,
what?
I go even slower. Even
Yeah.
if the person in front of me goes, I'll be like, "Oh, can we go now? I'm sorry, I didn't realize." So I'm like, "What
I
are
pull the
you
old
doing?"
lady car. I get the grandma driving going. I do. You
It
thought I
just,
was slow before? You thought I was in your way? Watch me
yeah.
now.
I'm like, "Okay, do you not know?" And it's so funny when I pick my granddaughter up at the school. You have to move up as the car in front of you moves up. But
Right,
you can't move up, obviously, until that other car has moved up. And
right,
people will be behind you honking at you. And I'm like, we're all taking our turn here. You know, it's
right,
like I can't speed up the process, and my kid isn't here yet. So
right.
I have to stay here and wait. I'm sorry. You can
Yeah,
walk up
they
there and
finally
get your
called her
stuff.
number. She's not out yet, right? Do you do the numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I mean, there's no sense in me doing anything until she comes out the door. I mean,
yeah.
I normally do get out of the car and walk over there, to get her, which other people just sit in their car and their kid comes to them. But I mean, she's little, and I'm like, come on, let's go,
Hmm.
But yeah, they'll sit there and be honking at me, and I'm like, have you seen my child come get in the car? No, so I'm not leaving yet. But now
Right.
that day that I had to pick her up and it was raining so hard, that was the first time that I had to pick her up in the rain. And I was thinking, I'm going to get drenched. But I didn't realize they do have a little over thing and they let
Oh,
each one of us pull up, get the kid, and go. You know, took
oh,
longer,
okay.
but at least nobody was in the rain. You know,
Okay, so there's a little overhang right there.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
And I was like, "Oh, good, good. Okay, I won't panic next time it's raining." Because I was
Mhm.
like sitting there thinking, I have an umbrella, but you know how when it's really raining hard, the wind sometimes will blow the umbrella inside out. And I'm like, that'll be me. It'll go out and I'll get like a big puddle of water on me. I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then
and
I
you got to open your door to open the umbrella. Well, you're already wet now. Now you're
yeah.
popping open the umbrella. And so you're hoping it'll stay there, but you're already soaking from playing with that. And yeah, it's just
Oh, wow. Miss
a
Edna
domino.
is in Chicago, and she said it's like the first snow, like they don't know how to drive in it. It's like they forget from year to year. Exactly.
Well, you were close
Exactly.
to Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people down here in South Georgia, they might get a light, very light dusting of snow once every 10, 15 years, So it's like they don't know anything about it. And then when it does, it's just like, they don't know what to do. We don't have snow tires, there's no chains on the tires, there's no salt to put out. I mean, it's like all the things that you would need if it snowed, we don't have. I bet they don't even have snow plows to come
Well,
in.
why would they if it's just a flurry?
But
It
what
seems
I'm
like,
saying is, even if we ever got like a real snow,
mhm.
they everything would be shut down. Nobody could go anywhere or do anything because we don't have any of the necessary equipment because it's so odd for it to, Now up around Atlanta, yeah, they get snow occasionally,
Oh, okay.
but down here in almost to Florida, I mean, it's
Mhm.
rare. It's really
Yeah.
rare for us to get.
Well, last time it snowed here was in 1977. And before that, it was in 1963. So it doesn't snow here. It doesn't. I don't do snow. I don't do snow. And it was a little flurry. It didn't even whiten the ground. It was
Hmm.
just, we called it snow. It wasn't real. wasn't real.
That I mean,
Winter storm in here tonight. Yeah. Ooh,
they shut
I don't.
everything down here when if it snows at all, because like the kids have never seen it, you know. So I mean, even if it's just barely there, oh, no school. The kids have got to see the snow. And they'll even do fake snow at Christmas sometimes at the school.
Okay.
Have a snow day, and they'll bring in like a ice
A
blower
snowball.
thing and blow out. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, they want snow so bad they make it snow.
They need to go to a field trip where snow is, but that's just an opinion. Now, I lived in Indiana for about a year and a half, and snow didn't stop them for nothing.
Mm-mm.
Nothing. They didn't care. It's snow day. It's the wind is blowing and this and that. They didn't care. Bus is coming. Climb on the bus. We're going to school. They didn't care.
Yeah,
It,
it,
it was
it's
the
totally
norm.
different because I mean, and it might snow, and you might be snowed in for a couple of days, and then it may snow again before that first snow ever starts to melt,
Mhm.
and it just keeps compounding it, and life goes on. But
Yeah. I was 8 when I lived in Indiana. So it was
it was
it was an
fun as a
adventure.
kid.
It was an adventure. Yeah.
It just wasn't fun once I had a job and I had to like actually go out and go to work and all.
And
Then
drive
I
in
was
it.
like,
I don't want to
man,
drive.
this gets old really fast.
Yeah, I don't want to drive in it. I don't want to drive. I don't
Oh,
want the slush. I don't want the slide. And I don't want the black ice. I don't want any of that. I don't want that. Nope, 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 nope.
Stephanie is in Ohio.
Oh, okay.
They get a lot of snow there in Ohio too.
Yeah.
Darcy said we go to school when there was a foot of snow. Yes, they didn't care.
Yeah. Yeah. You
But
just
then
go.
again, we had snow suits, and you had because you had to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's just
Now
here.
you were in northern Indiana, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was in southern. I
Yeah.
was almost at the Kentucky border.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were on the
I was
other,
at,
the
I
opposite end.
don't know if it's a big town. I mean, it's on a map. It's Evansville. Have you heard of that? Is that considered a big
Evansville.
town?
Yeah.
It's considered a big town? That's where I was.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a university there.
Is there? I don't.
I think so.
Like I said, I was
All
8.
right, pizza. Merry Christmas to you too, and thank you again for becoming a member.
Bye, pizza. I'm glad you're here, honey. I'm glad you stopped by. Yeah. So, like I said, come by the village, visit the village, and I am just about, and I'm going to keep my green up until the holidays are over. Then I'll probably pick another color because, as you know, I don't know if anybody knows this. I probably won't be able to get it back to green again, but we're going to play. Watch what this does. Now it's not going to do anything. Is it because the thing's in the way?
Well,
Let's see.
you're going to have to put purple for my birthday.
Well, let's see. Does it make purple? What are you doing, Beans? Beans is over here snoring at my feet.
Garden State so and so said they've already had a dusting of snow twice this year already.
There we go.
Oh, cool. There you go. It's kind of
Oh, is that purple?
purple.
Okay. I'll let her remember what that is. And then there's a pink. See, isn't that the most interesting thing? Yeah. I bought that for other. And then I stole. I bought 2 of them. Then I stole one. So let's get back. There we go. So anyway, yeah, we'll do purple for your birthday. We'll get some purple lights and everything. But
Oh, and I meant to tell y'all, I gave Chloe this reindeer dog treat that I bought her at Walmart for her birthday, right?
Okay.
It made her sick.
Oh no.
Her tummy did not like it.
Oh, that's too bad.
I was
That's too
like,
bad.
oh no, Chloe. Oh no.
Like I said, I made him that peanut butter cake.
Mm-hmm.
It's shaped like a dog bone, and but you have to realize Beans is a bigger dog.
Yeah.
He ate the heck out of it.
I guess I shouldn't have gave her the whole thing at one time, maybe. I don't know. But I never
It
even
was a
thought about
birthday.
it
It was a
bothering
birthday.
her, you know. Said it was, okay for dogs. It was a dog treat. It wasn't like it was a people treat.
Right.
So I didn't even think about it. And then during the night, I was like, oh no, poor baby. Ugh. So yeah,
Oh, you have one that puts stars in the ceiling, different colors in the stores. Yeah,
that's
isn't it
cool.
fun? I love fun lights. See, because this one rotates, so it gives that swirl. I don't know if you could see it in the light, in this light, but it gives a little swirl there. Maybe this will help. Can you see it swirling, shifting?
Uh huh. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it dancing
Cool.
on the light a little bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost looks like you have a window there, like you're looking out the window because of it being the different colors.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's fun. It's fun. So Chloe's better now, though.
Yeah, she's
When she
okay.
got it out of her tummy.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. That's not a way to celebrate your birthday.
No, no, no.
Well, and she's what? 12, 13?
13 now. She's 13.
See, that's also a sensitive tummy time.
Yeah,
Yeah, poor
yeah.
thing.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
she just wanted
oh.
to have a party.
But she thinks that she's going to get treats, and she really likes the bed that Stephanie sent her. This really furry doggy bed.
Hmm.
And so I have it in the living room, and it's like she'll go in there and she'll get it all comfortable, and then she'll lay her little head down, like, ah. So she had a great birthday until that happened. But
Yeah.
we didn't know that was going to happen.
So it sounds to me like Chloe is starting to get used to the camera.
Yeah.
So she's got
Well,
her own little spot. She knows what it takes to get treats. And
yes. Robin, my birthday is January 15th. My birthday party is going to be Saturday, January 17th.
you're
Uh,
welcome. You're welcome to join.
yeah, come
Everybody come
and
join.
celebrate with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she knows now, like, if I'm out here talking, she's like, oh, where's the treat? It's like, I'm coming out there and getting some treats. I'm like, please do not start barking.
Where do you keep her when you do your lives? Do you keep
She's
her
in
in
my
her?
bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I say you can hear her sniffing under the bedroom, because the bedroom's like right across from here. And she'll get up underneath the bottom of the door, and she'll be like,
Oh, yeah.
like, what are you doing out? And if I start cooking something and I don't let her come out here, oh my goodness. She'll be like, I can smell it. Let me come out. Oh, Miss Edna said her oldest daughter is January 19th. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All good people born in January.
That's Capricorn and Aquarius, right?
Well, and
And
it's funny because my birthday is the middle of January and I'm a Capricorn. My sister's birthday is the 1st of February and she's an Aquarius.
right. Yeah. It changes right there. Yeah.
Yep.
I have a lot of
So for
family.
that 2 weeks, we were, well, we're 2 years apart, but like for that 2 weeks, we were really only a year apart. And then she'd have her birthday and she'd be older than me again, another year older. But oh, wow, your granddaughter will be 27. Wow. My
Yeah, I have a
daughter
cousin. I
is
have a cousin like that
28.
where if I have my birthday, when I have my birthday, we're the same age. And then in January he has his birthday. Now he's a year older than me. So that for that 3 months
Yeah,
right there, we're the
yeah.
same age. Yeah. And he always liked having his birthday because he always wanted to be a year older than me. That was a big thing for him.
Well, it's like for that 2 weeks, we're only a year apart.
Right.
Then after she has her birthday, then we're 2 years apart,
Uh-huh.
up until that my birthday again. So
December 22nd.
oh,
Oh,
Robin's youngest.
that's the winter solstice. Winter.
Yeah, see,
It's the
so
shortest day of the
Capricorn
year.
must go from like mid-December through mid-January, and then Aquarius.
Uh-huh. It's the last part of January.
Mm-hmm.
That's December 22nd is the shortest day of the year usually. 22nd or 23rd.
Let's see. Uh, it is 21st this year, the winter
21st. Okay,
solstice.
right there.
Uh-huh.
I
The
know it was
21st.
somewhere right.
Yeah.
Oh my, you have them all clumped up together, don't you, honey? Okay.
Oh, we're doing trivia tomorrow, Elisa and I,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
instead of Thursday, because she can't do it Thursday until 1 o'clock, and I have to leave at 1:30 to get the baby. So we're going to do it 12 o'clock on Wednesday.
You everybody catch that? Did everybody catch that?
It's funny because she has her grandkids. she and I are going to be like me and Miss Norma were. One of us always had kids. Like can't get it together where we don't have kids around us. But yeah, so tomorrow at 12, I'll do my live at 10, and then I'll come back at 12 and do the trivia.
Okay.
And I got to put on here your thing that you just told me about at 8 o'clock on the 16th. On the Village. And then on December 22nd, that's a Monday night, I'm going to have Miss Deborah on at 7. Yep. Busy. My daughter said, "You're
Yes,
just
indeed.
too," because she asked me if I'd finished my book yet, that she's been waiting on me to finish reading. I said, no, I'll get it though. And I said, I was on vacation, so it put me behind, so I'm having to catch up. And she said, well, you're going on vacation again. I said, I know, and I have to get stuff made up ahead for that. So I'm busy right now.
Right. Yeah, it's a rough time of year. It's a rough time of year to keep caught up. Keep caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah. July and
2
August.
days is my birthday, end of July, and my brother's is the beginning of August, 2 years apart. Yeah, so you have that same situation. You're only a
So you're
year
both
apart.
Leos. So you're
Mhm.
both Leos, aren't you?
Oh, wow. Robin says, my late brother and I were both May babies. He was a Taurus, and I'm a Gemini.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he was the first part, and she was the last part. Yeah. Because
It's funny how you would think it would run, like the whole month would be one sign, but it's most of the time it, switches.
Well, Caesar didn't get involved in the zodiac signs when he made the calendar. Wasn't that who made the sign? The zodiac, the calendar was Caesar,
Mhm.
wasn't it? I think so.
My granddaughter's a Leo, and she's born on the 6th of August, and my daughter is the 6th of September.
Okay.
So I can remember
So,
theirs really easy. And then my son-in-law, his is the 16th of October.
ooh, he's closer to October.
Hmm.
Is he Libra?
He's a, yeah, Libra, I think. Yeah,
Is it Libra right there?
I think so.
And your daughter was when? The
She's a
6th,
Virgo. She's September 6th.
September 6th. Okay, that's
Mhm.
Virgo.
She's a Virgo, and my granddaughter's a Leo.
She's going to be really strong. Leos are strong.
Oh, she's already, I mean, she my daughter had to tell her today, to stop being demanding, because like she just says it like she doesn't say please, thank you, I would like, and she just say
Whoa.
my daughter was like, okay, let's not be so demanding. Yes, Libra. Dad was October 2nd. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, she can be kind of demanding.
Yeah. But you can also
She
get in.
comes to
Huh?
she comes to the car today because it's rained for 4 days in a row, right? So she comes to the car this afternoon and she says, "It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining." I said, "Yeah, but it's still 50 out. It's still kind of cool." She's like, "No, I want to go to the playground. It's warm. The sun is out."
Ah.
I was like, "Okay." I told her, I said, "I'm going to start putting my winter jacket, my gloves, and my scarf in the car because I never know when she thinks it's okay to go to the playground, you know."
You get those little warmy things where you shake them, you tear them and you
The
shake them.
hand warmer things, yeah.
Oh, I swear by
Oh,
those.
Miss Edna's a Virgo. That's why
Okay.
we get along, Miss Edna. I get along great with my daughter, and she's a Virgo. Mine is the 10th and same height as I am, 5'2". Oh, okay. Oh, granddaughter is August the 30th. My granddaughter is 4. 50, that's about the right temp. No, 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 no. It was cold. I'm used to 90, so 50 was,
DJ's awful. He's north. He's north.
yeah.
He's way north of you, honey.
September 10th and September 14th. Well, my good friend Miss Kathy, her birthday is in September, and her daughter's birthday is in January, and
Mhm.
mine is in January, and my daughter is in September. So it's
Okay.
like Capricorn and Virgos.
Oh, knocking things down. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Miss Kathy and I became friends, because once we started, I met her down at the pool in the apartment complex.
Hey,
And
John.
once we started talking, it was like so many similarities,
Mhm.
because we us are supposed to be friends then.
God,
Now,
I haven't seen Hey John in
how
a
did you
long
say
time.
their name? A shot?
Hmm.
A shot?
I met Ajot through Izzy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I haven't
BJ
seen
says
her in
my
a
mom
long time.
is tall, 5'11". My dad was sawed off runt at 5'6". He was the one that got teased in our family a lot. Oh, my mom was only like 5'2", but my dad was 6'1", and I'm 5'9". I used to think I was 5'10", but I'm really 5'9".
Yeah. Oh yeah. My dad and mom were both very tall, very thin, very model shape, you know.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And so my mother thought I was going to be tall and thin and blonde hair, and I turned into this weeble. Sorry, ma. I ended up looking like my dad's mother. I'm built like her. Yeah. But she thought I was going to be tall and thin. And she had me take all these lessons of standing up straight because she said tall women need to stand up straight and pull their shoulders back. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, BJ says him and his brother are both over 6 foot tall. Wow.
I believe that. I believe you're tall, BJ. I believe you're tall.
Well, my brother is probably 6 foot, but my sister is like 5'2", 5'3".
Mhm.
My daughter's probably 5'4", maybe, if that, maybe 5'5".
Yeah, my whole family, my mother's side of the family is all tall, thin, all tall, thin, and then, but they're all blonde hair and blue eyed. I'm the only
Hmm.
redhead, you know.
Oh, okay. What did your milkman, what color hair did he
And
have?
well, what they taught me to say when I was a kid was, and they didn't have them when I was a kid. I didn't know what it meant, and they taught me to say, "Well, where'd you get your red hair from?" From the Iceman.
Uh-huh.
From the Iceman, and everybody would laugh, and I went, "Okay."
Hello, Micheline. Welcome. We used to get our milk delivered to
Yeah.
the house, right? In gallon glass jugs.
Uh-huh.
And when I was about 6 or 7, I decided I was going to bring the milk in the house.
Uh-oh.
And I had one in either hand. And I went to show my mom that I was, being good because I was bringing in the milk. And I said, "Look, Mom." And when I did like that, the jugs clanked together and broke, and the milk went everywhere on the carpet. Oh my gosh. I got in so much trouble for that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. My grandparents had milk delivery for years, years and years. I can remember until they
Yeah.
finally, and I don't think they ever canceled. I think they just stopped delivering milk. I think that service stopped.
Mimi lives in Rhode Island and she has milk delivery.
Okay.
I don't know if it's in glass bottles or not, but I know she has milk delivery.
That's very cool. I'm glad they
Yeah.
still do that.
Yeah.
I'm glad they still do that. That's a tradition that's that's really cool. It's very steeped in nostalgia.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
surprised when she was talking one day about, the milk delivery. I was like, "What? You get milk delivered to your house?" And she's like, "Yeah." I
I
was like,
remember I remember we used to have it was kind of an ice cream truck.
The Swan
And
one?
well, it was an ice cream truck, but it was with bread,
Oh.
pastries and stuff. And he would come down the road and then he would stop at, you know, yeah. And I remember him doing that. But it was mostly like Mexican pastries. I don't know if you've had Mexican pastries, but they're a little bit different. So they did a lot of that. I thought that was interesting.
BJ said my grands had their own delivery service, farm to table direct. Wow.
Wow.
Cool.
That's a lot of work. That's a
Oh,
lot of work. That's very cool. That's very cool. All right, honey. I'm just about out.
All right. Well, it is 10:40. We've been on for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So,
Okay. All right. I hope you guys enjoy your evening, and leave comments in the after the show, and let me know if you want to hear more. There is more, but
part two
part
to be
two.
continued.
But yeah, come by the village, visit the village. Uh, Also, trivia has changed day, correct?
Just for this week, as far as
Okay,
I
it's
know.
changed.
But trivia will be tomorrow at
Okay,
noon.
there you go, folks.
And then I'm having a special live Thursday at 11 with Gail, and we'll be announcing a new Suno challenge coming up.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
I heard rumors of something about that, so that'll be cool. That'll be
Yeah. Yeah, we
wonderful.
finally got together and got
Yeah,
that worked out. So that's coming up on Thursday.
Thursday.
You going live Friday night?
Yeah.
Yep. All
Mhm.
right. 8 o'clock Friday night, Body Illusions house.
Yep. All right, folks. Thank you for having me. It was beautiful. Thank you, Echo, for listening to me.
Oh,
You've
no
been
problem. Anytime.
a beautiful and a dear friend. And I love you dearly.
I love you too. All right, everybody, have a great night, and we will see you. Actually, we will see you Sunday too at 3 p.m.
There you go.
There you go.